The Bargain brand, even when your clothes look clean, there's extra dirt you can't see. Watch this. That was in these clothes. Ugh. But the clothes washed in Tide, so much cleaner. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Hygienic Clean. No surprises in these clothes. Couple more surprises.
Tomorrow on ET Only We're with Yara Shahidi and the cast of Grownish.
Oh, this is the end of our senior year together. So I'm excited for whatever's to come next.
Before we go, today marks the 2-year anniversary of the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gigi, and 7 other people in that horrific helicopter crash.
Absolutely. Sierra rocked this Kobe jersey in remembrance with the caption, "Forever and Ever."
Happening now.
At the end of 2014, the state made moves to hand over this portion of Broadway to the city of San Antonio. Now, it looks like they're about to back out. What's behind the reversal and what that could do for Broadway development plans.
And since the pandemic began, nearly 27% of all COVID-19 cases since March of 2020 happened in just the last month. We talked to the head epidemiologist at Metro Health about why that is.
Another cold front on the way, with it a slight chance of rain. We'll talk about that and some changes into the weekend in just a bit. The News at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, it is a battle over Broadway. Well, at least part of it.
The Texas Transportation Commission is expected to reverse course on whether to hand off a 2.2-mile section of Broadway over to the city of San Antonio.
The commission, which oversees TxDOT, had first authorized the transfer of the portion between I-35 North to the Alamo Heights city limits 7 years ago. But that handoff was apparently never officially completed.
And now they are poised to put a halt to that. Our Garrett Berger tells us why and what this means for the city's plans to redesign Broadway.
Since 2016, the city has had a vision for Broadway, from Burr Road into the heart of downtown. A vision voters supported in the 2017 bond program, but built on the assumption of having control of a currently state-owned portion.
If our view is, they told us in 2014 they are going to give that one back to us, and in good faith we start planning.
Work on the city-owned downtown portion has started, and the city has spent $3 million on planning for the state-owned stretch. A key part of which includes reducing the number of traffic lanes to make room for larger sidewalks and protected bike lanes.
And we don't believe there is a need for a 6-lane or 7-lane, 3-lane in each direction and 1 center lane.
The state disagrees. A TxDOT spokesman sent KSAT a statement saying in part these local proposals would result in a significant increase in congestion.
And since the transfer of Broadway was contingent on a plan acceptance letter that still hasn't been issued, the state says it's able to bring the handoff to a halt, and in turn, the city's plans for that stretch of road too.
Just absurd. There's no logic behind it. We're still waiting for answers.
The Public Works Director says the city first heard in November and then in writing on January 7th that the state wasn't okay with the lane reductions. As to why, he says the state cited a traffic study from 2016 or 2017.
They never really shared with us those traffic study. And also that traffic study, if it's even true, that's 6-7 years old. And also they told us they had received some complaint, or the chairman has received some complaint.
Complaints that have suddenly put years of planning at risk. Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Guns on campus. It's what put 2 John Jay High School students in handcuffs recently. The school tells us on Tuesday a student was reported for having a weapon. The student escorted to the administration office. At Northside ISD, police found a gun in the student's backpack. A similar incident happened last week. The school did not say whether either of those guns were loaded. They did say no threats were made in either instance. This comes just one day after a student was caught with a gun at Steele High School. A man found dead in the middle of Calabro Road yesterday morning, identified as 29-year-old Gilbert Arredondo. His body found near North General McMullen. San Antonio police believe he was crossing the street or walking before he was hit. Officers at the scene originally said Arredondo was hit by 2 vehicles. A report from SAPD later stated only 1 vehicle was involved, and the driver returned to the scene.
Clutter causing a problem for firefighters overnight at a Southeast Side home. This was along Roland Road near Southside Lions Park. Crews were called out to that house around 9:30 for a kitchen fire. They say the flames spread to the basement before firefighters could get inside because the home was so crowded with things. Thankfully, though, no one was hurt. Let's take a look now at the latest COVID-19 numbers. In Bexar County, Metro Health reporting 4,625 new cases and another 10 deaths. The 7-day average is 5,280.
Meanwhile, these numbers continue to go up. There are now 1,308 COVID patients in the hospital. 270 are in intensive care. 129 are on ventilators.
Now, those numbers are certainly high, but they aren't anything new. In fact, cases over the last month account for more than a quarter of the total cases since the pandemic began. And right now, the city's positivity rate is the highest yet at nearly 40%. Since the end of December through January 24th, Metro Health reports just over 125,000 cases. They say most of those cases, if not all, were caused by the highly contagious Omicron variant.
With regards to, the number of cases, we're watching the data to see when, will it peak and when will we start coming down, and whether the length of the surge, lasts longer or about the same as previous surges.
This is now the fourth surge we've seen during the summer and winter months.
If you have not received your vaccine yet, Metro Health encouraging you to do so. They still have thousands of HEB gift cards to give out. They're $100 gift cards and offered at Metro Health pop-up vaccine clinics to those who get their second doses of Pfizer or Moderna's vaccine, or the one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. We have a link to find a Metro Health vaccine clinic near you at KSAT.com. Just scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the article. As of yesterday, Metro Health says it has handed out more than 7,000 of the 10,000 gift cards that are available. The best way to protect against COVID-19, get vaccinated and boosted if eligible. But you can also help boost your immune system by eating the right foods. As Courtney Friedman explains, it can be as easy as incorporating a little color on your plate.
Across the U.S., COVID-19 cases seem to be plateauing, but the Omicron variant is still a threat. Vaccines and boosters are the best protection, but another weapon may be a healthy diet.
Some of the obvious things that we always want to look at is antioxidants, phytonutrients. We're going to get those from plant-based whole foods and foods that have a lot of color.
Cleveland Clinic dietitian Kristen Kirkpatrick says colorful foods have a lot of vitamins and minerals that may help arm your body. She says vitamin C may help prevent or shorten infection, while vitamin D may help support immune health. Vitamin D is harder to get with little sun in winter months, but supplements can help.
It's also important to talk about things that make the immune system less likely to perform well. So that is highly processed food, fast foods, added sugars. Those all negatively impact gut health. They all negatively impact the immune system as well.
Kirkpatrick recommends switching to a diet primarily plant-based. Consuming whole foods can keep your immune system strong. Aside from diet, you can also help immune health by getting enough sleep and staying active. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Patrick says getting enough probiotics, prebiotics, and fiber is important. They can be found in yogurt, kombucha, oats, beans, and nuts. They lead to a healthy gut, which promotes immune health as well.
Should students be required to take the STAR test this year? One local state senator does not think so.
Yeah, in a lengthy letter, Democratic Senator Jose Menendez asking Governor Greg Abbott and the Commissioner of Education, Mike Morath, to cancel the test. It's a test he calls an inequitable exam. He writes in part, quote, "Our schools are facing a crisis during this COVID-19 Omicron surge. This surge is worsening the already unprecedented staffing issues in our schools. As this catastrophe continues, these students are still expected to take the STAR test over the next few months, with scores that could potentially harm both the student and the school."
And Menendez went on to say that the STAR test has been proven to be unnecessary and poorly designed. He said the test is unfair during normal times and would be especially unfair during this surge.
Yeah, and the STAR test was actually waived for the 2019-2020 school year.
Now, students were required to take the test last school year, but those scores did not impact school ratings. So we want to know what you think about this topic. Should the STAR test be canceled this year? Why or why not? Just scan the QR code you see right now here on your screen to share your comments on our website at KSAT.com. Interest rates could be going up for the first time in 3 years as the Federal Reserve tries to fight inflation. The central bank's decision would have a ripple effect on the stock market and Americans' wallets. That means borrowing money for everything from your home mortgage to car loans to credit card bills. That'll be more expensive. The Fed say it's due to a combination of snags in global supply chains and strong consumer spending.
The Fed's come around to the view that these price pressures are going to remain elevated much longer than they had initially anticipated.
It's going to be a bumpy road, but don't get pushed out of your diversified investment plans.
Now, the good news, even with borrowing costs expected to go up, rates remain at historically low levels. Many economists say that it's unlikely interest rates will reach double digits like in previous decades.
The Supreme Court of the United States will soon have a new member. That's because Justice Stephen Breyer plans to retire. A formal announcement expected this week. Breyer sworn into office in 1994 by then President Bill Clinton. His retirement means President Joe Biden will be able to nominate a new justice for the first time during his presidency. The last 3 justices were sworn into office under President Donald Trump.
Another cloudy and gray day, but no rainfall to show for it. 54 degrees, also cool. 56 was our high. Right now we're at 54. Dew point of 39 and a light easterly breeze at 7 miles per hour. Taking a look at the readings elsewhere. 50 Leon Springs, Eagle Pass 55. Made it up to 60 in Floresville and Santa Maria. Those were the exceptions, though. For the most part, we had temperatures just in the 50s. Utopia, an even 50 degrees this afternoon. As we go through the evening, still a cloudy sky, calm wind. Temperatures, though, right near average. I think we'll settle in the low 40s by tomorrow morning. So 2 days in a row of considerable cloud cover. Tomorrow, more clouds, and they might actually produce some rain in the near future. We're going to talk about that in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Adam. A reminder that KSAT is getting ready to bring you a Defenders Investigation special that's coming up next week. It is called A Necessary Evil. It's about working with confidential informants, known criminals already in trouble with the law, who help police, deputies, and prosecutors with felony cases.
Law enforcement officials say they have been helpful in fighting local crime, but our defenders have found flaws in the practice, including instances where innocent people have gone to prison or lost their lives. KSAT's Tim Gerber investigates in a Defenders special airing Tuesday, February 1st, right here on KSAT 12.
Clearing your ears, not something you expect to go viral, but thanks to TikTok, people are posting videos of earwax removal.
Ugh.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Internet. Before you jump on this viral challenge, though, you should know it could be risky. What doctors want you to know about this next. Coming up today on the news at 6 o'clock, there is work left to do at Hemisphere Park, and today a big step forward in the next phase of this project.
It's a world-renowned gathering place made by and for our residents, a place where history has been made.
Today at 6, we're giving you a glimpse of what's to come in this project and when you can expect to see all of this come to life. Plus, we are highlighting a unique program that is focused on the future of emergency responders. What's happening at East Central High School right now to give kids career opportunities and make sure that someone's there to answer future calls for help. That's today at 6.
New at 5, hashtag earwax. Believe it or not, videos tagged with hashtag earwax have gotten billions of views on TikTok alone. I know, gross.
Yeah, the internet, it's a fun place. People are using strange measures and products to clean their ears, but as 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz reports, doctors say hold on.
They're trending. Gross videos like these on TikTok of people going to extreme measures to remove earwax.
We saw such a huge interest in this topic, and when we looked into it, we found a wide range of products that made us wonder how a consumer should approach all of this.
There's candling, where a waxed fabric tube is inserted into the ear. When lit, the heat supposedly draws out debris. You can buy mini scoops. Some are even equipped with a camera so you can watch on your phone. Seen these soft drill-shaped devices that claim you can twist wax out of the ear canal? Or this one that looks like a wire whisk? Which ones should you buy? Maybe none, according to this ER doctor.
We do not recommend any clearing with any devices or in any shape or form.
As for candling, the FDA says to stay away and has warned about the risk of burns or injuring the inner ear. Do you really even need to remove earwax? Doctors say it actually helps limit bacteria. For hardened or excessive wax, over-the-counter drops can help, but
Every time you chew and you move your jaw, this movement by itself expels the excess of earwax out of your ears. But if you feel like there's something in your outer canal, well, a light cloth should be more than enough, especially after taking a shower.
So most people, he says, don't need to do anything at all. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Also, if it's a procedure on TikTok, just
maybe just leave it alone. Maybe just leave it alone. Wash behind your ears like your mom said.
That's right. Just
leave the ear canal out of it.
Listen to your mom.
Yeah.
I like
Gray
Myra's,
Wednesday.
I like Myra's advice here. If it comes from TikTok, just don't do it.
Ask a doctor.
Right. Yes.
Unless maybe it's a dance.
Yeah, okay, a little
like the floss or something that you like to do, you know.
Now we're talking. Oh, that's so old school, though. I mean, gosh,
I
that's
know.
so like 2018.
I don't know if you know this or not. You and I are not considered hip. I don't know if you know this. I mean, it's
when I hit 40, my kids let me know. All right, so mid-50s the next couple of days. We are going to warm up. It was gray and gloomy today. It's going to be gray and gloomy again tomorrow. The sun eventually returns, and especially this weekend. It's going to warm us back well into the 60s. So if you don't like this cloudy, cool weather, don't worry. We're going to turn a corner here in just a bit. Let's take a look outside today. And of course, the thick clouds overhead. Some folks across our area had some sunshine. We're talking New Braunfels, Gonzales, Hallettsville. They had sunshine, but not locally. And from here all the way to the Rio Grande, we have the thick clouds. 47 this morning. That's 5 degrees above average, but then only 56 in the afternoon. I mean, we're talking a 9-degree temperature change from sunrise to sunset today. That's not a whole lot compared to what's possible this time of year. This is the time of year with the dry air. When we get sunshine, we can see big 40-degree temperature spreads in one day. Well, when you have the clouds, it's a different story. Del Rio 59, quite a far cry from the 78 they had yesterday. So Del Rio high of 59 along with Pleasanton, 50 the high in Kerrville, New Braunfels a high of 57. Made it into the mid-50s, Gonzales, 60 Victoria, 62 Beeville. That's where we had a little more sunshine. Clouds, though, held very tight along and west of 281 today, and that, of course, inhibited much warming. So current readings now, Rock Springs 48, we're 48 in Fredericksburg, 55 Gonzales. It's that time of day where we're pretty close to our high temperature. But look at the big difference when you head up to the north. Midland 29, Lubbock at 28, Amarillo 29. That is a big, big change. And it's not really a cold front that's headed our way. It's because they've got the upper level energy that's been moving overhead, creating thicker clouds and wintry precipitation up there. All this blue that you see, that indicates a light glaze of freezing rain in parts of the Panhandle and North Texas, and then turned into up to 2 inches of rainfall in parts of the Panhandle. So between Lubbock and Amarillo and toward Wichita Falls, up to 2 inches of snowfall associated with that. That moisture is staying all to the north of us. That's going to be pushing eastward. This upper level disturbance, that dip in the upper level flow, moving east. The next one is actually coming out of the Pacific Northwest in Canada. That's going to hit us tomorrow night. So considerable cloud cover again tomorrow. Futurecast shows that. Look at this at 4 o'clock, just gray across our sky. Then we get into tomorrow night, say 10, 11 o'clock, a few sprinkles. Thursday night into very early Friday morning, some hit or miss showers, especially south of Highway 90, but don't get your hopes too high for accumulations. We're thinking maybe 1/10 of an inch here and there, but it's better than nothing, and that's the part of South Texas that we need, where we need the rain the most. And then we clear on out for Friday afternoon. So about a 30% chance, 30% coverage basically across our area Thursday night and first thing Friday morning, then another slight chance as we get into the middle of next week. So tomorrow we start at 42, then we make it up to 55. So very similar with a minimal temperature spread. Closer to 60 in Uvalde tomorrow afternoon. New Braunfels 57 for the high. This weekend, well, let's get to Friday. Mid-50s and becoming sunny again. Friday afternoon and breezy. This weekend, 60s, sunny, but some cool mornings there. Near freezing Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, thank you, Adam.
All right, let's head to the AT&T Center right now where the Spurs playing back-to-backs, but they're coming off a big win last night, Greg.
Yeah, they ran over the Rockets last night. Now they'll try not to get run over by the Grizzlies tonight. The new and improved Memphis Grizzlies, one of the leading scorers in the NBA on their team. When we come back, more about a live preview of that game here from the AT&T Center. Plus, where is the Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn going to wind up as a NFL head coach? Coming up. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome live to the AT&T Center, where tonight the Spurs play host to the new and improved Memphis Grizzlies. It's in the second game of back-to-backs. That's after they roughed up the Rockets last night in Houston. Now the Spurs had to play catch-up in the first quarter. DeJounte Murray with a straightaway three to cut the Rockets' lead to 3. Then Keldon Johnson from behind the arc, and the Spurs take the lead 25-23. The Spurs in the first quarter, a 21-4 run, in part thanks to Doug McDermott's corner three, and the Spurs are out in front by 11. Jakob Poeltl gets going in the second quarter with a two-handed jam, and the Spurs are up 66-51 at the half. The Spurs needed to put this one away early so the starters could rest up. DeJounte rips the ball away from Christian Wood, starts the break, finds Keldon ahead for the layup, and now a 23-point lead. Murray with another assist to Drew Eubanks for the slam. The lead would grow to 32 when Derek White finds Lonnie Walker the fourth for the slam. 11 of 12 Spurs scored at least 2 baskets. 8 Spurs were in double figures, including DeJounte Murray, who had 19 points, 10 assists, and Poeltl with 18 points and 9 rebounds in the 134-104 rout.
Tonight we started out aggressively and played a good game all throughout the 48, and obviously that's the goal, to be more consistent, more habitual in all those areas. So I thought they did a fine job tonight.
We've had a lot of guys with COVID. It's been unfortunate, obviously, because kind of took some momentum we had as a team, at an important stretch. But now we're all back, and we can control what we can control, and maybe it gives us a little more freshness, heading into the second half of the season. And we gotta keep it rolling. We gotta react better to wins, and that's something we struggled with all year. So we gotta continue to fight and hopefully give them a good one tomorrow.
All right, Keita Bates-Diop is the only player in the health and safety protocols now. Tip time 7:30. Highlights for tonight on the Night Beat.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
There doesn't appear to be any doubt that Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is gone. The only question is, where will he wind up as an NFL head coach? Quinn, who turned the Dallas defense around in just 1 year, led the league in takeaways, will have a second interview with the Chicago Bears and is considered a finalist for the Denver head coaching position. We'll have more on the Spurs coming up live at 6, live from the AT&T Center. Greg Simmons, KSAT 12 Sports.
Greg, can you say something to the Spurs about where they're doing these interviews? Last night, where were they last night? In the basement of the Toyota Center? Or?
Yeah, the locations are not very good.
Yeah,
look
not
weird.
ideal.
Yeah. No. All right. Thank you, Greg.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow morning, lower 40s, by the afternoon, mid-50s. So really a lot like the past couple of days, and running about 10 degrees below average for afternoon high temperatures the next couple of days. The clouds could finally throw down a few showers Thursday night, mainly south of Highway 90. Then by Friday, the sunshine returns, and this weekend, sunny and 60s.
Thanks, Adam. And thanks for watching the news at 5.
The sun will be nice. World News up next. We'll see you at 6.